sa midterm. Lol. Ano ko kung kachat? Mama! Ma! Bilang kong kibayan. Uy! Ano? Sorry.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon, ma'am.
Okay. So, hindi matuloy ang exam this next week, di ba? Wala tayong exam.
Yes, ma'am. Sabi na
Po, ma'am.
hold, ma'am.
Yes po.
So, ma-move siya on kailan? October 5?
October 3, 4, 5 po.
356.
356 kay 4 days.
356.
Okay.
Mama, nag-gingon mo. Gingon na sa nurse coordinator sa GC, ma'am.
So, okay. So, ngayon, discuss natin ang last topic, Cavite Mutiny. Okay? Before we start, kindly lead the prayer, Angelo.
Yes po, ma'am. So, let us pray. Lord, thank you for this wonderful day that you given to us. And as we start, may you guide us and protect us. And Lord, please guide our family. And unta namin matunan sa lesson ni ma'am. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Pero nag-ready na jud mo unta sa exam, no? Sayang da. Okay? Sige, let's start.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ay uban sa mga bakanan, dili makakuan man kay nagahinay na jud ang PLDT, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Pati ang Globe. Kay ang Globe, nagarinta man ang Deg Tower sa PLDT. Andre
Oh.
possibility, di makasulod ang uban.
So,
Ay pasipiti, ma'am, mahawa-hawa ko.
so ano
Ako
ang
po.
gusto niyong mangyari? Para
Pwede
Ay,
mo
okay.
PPT na lang. Masend mo ang PPT sa
Oo,
mga
yes.
ma'am. Or
I-send ko siya. Actually, nag-send na ako sa Kuiper. Hindi niya nakita?
Yes, ma'am. Na-receive
Yes,
na
ma'am.
mo.
Na-receive na naman, ma'am.
Up to 4 sites of mass, ma'am. Kita na na mo
Tapos,
to.
ito yung last, di ba? Sige, i-send ko. Then, i-try na ako ang recording kung nahirapan man ako mag-send.
Ito, ma'am.
Ay, ma'am, pwede.
Ito, ma'am.
Sa ano na lang, ma'am, sa G Drive, and then kami na lang mag-disseminate sa mong
Sa
classmates.
sa
bitaw, ma'am.
kanino ko i-send?
Google Drive.
Sa,
Kay
either
Audrey.
sa buwan, sa kuha na lang, ma'am.
Sige.
PM na lang taka, ma'am.
Sendi lang ko
Para
sa,
dili-
sa imong email.
Pero dili ka malisudan og upload, ma'am. Bali, link lang imong i-share sa iya, ma'am.
Sige.
Mara
Yes,
siya
ma'am. Nya
YouTube.
ako na or pwede ako na lang upload sa YouTube kung makaya pa sa akong net. Kung dili, i-send na lang akong link sa
mahirapan
lahat.
tayo mag-upload sa YouTube. Kay sa dugay
Ibang
mag-upload.
send ako.
Sige.
Send ako ang Gmail.
Okay? Sige, sige. Okay, let's start na.
Yes po, ma'am.
Mag-off cam lang siguro ko no kay nag-ano po ako ang internet.
Nagpula imo, ma'am.
Ha?
Nagpula imo ang signal.
Lagi?
Laban lang, ma'am.
Yan, last na bitaw ni. Sige lang. Laban lang ta. Okay? Okay, the last topic for prelim, Cavite Mutiny. Okay, what happened in 1872? Okay, in the year 1872, it was a historic year of two events. First, we have Cavite Mutiny and the martyrdom of Gumborza. Okay, Gumborza, it was immortalized as Gumborza. Ito sila si Mariano Gomez, mga pare, Jose Burgos, and Jacinto Zamora. Then these events are very important milestones in Philippine history and have caused ripples throughout time. So directly influencing the decisive events of the Philippine Revolution towards the end of the century. Okay, first, i-discuss nato si Cavite Mutiny. Okay, what really happened in Cavite Mutiny? Bakit nagkaroon ng mutiny? Okay, Cavite Mutiny is a very significance in attaining the Philippine independence. Without it, there will be no revolution. And it was the birth of nationalism. So it happened in Cavite Arsenal. So pag sinabing arsenal, ito yung paggawaan ng mga armas, bala ng mga Espanyol na ang mga manggagawa ay mga Pilipino. So there was an uprising that time led by Sargento La Madrid kasama ng mga iba pang mga manggagawa. But the plan of uprising was failed because it had reached authorities in Manila and Governor General Izquierdo. Okay, now, who is Governor General Izquierdo? Okay, si Governor Izquierdo, Rafael Izquierdo, is the Governor General in 1871 to 1873. So he was famous for his iron fist type of government. Then he also was the most hated Governor General by the Filipinos. And he was the one who ordered the execution of the three priests using a barbaric method na garrote. Then, he also replaced Governor General Carlos Maria de la Torre. So, sino naman si Carlos Maria de la Torre? Siya ang Governor General na pinalitan ni Izquierdo, and he was the most loved Spanish general by the Filipinos because i-grant niya ang reform to the Filipino, includes tax exemption and polo y serbisyo. Then, isa din sa mga dahilan na nagalit si Izquierdo sa mga Pilipino because of De La Torre. Kasi masyadong binigyan niya ng mga exemption, pinatupad ang mga reform na gina-enjoy ng mga Pilipino. So during the time of Spanish in the Philippines, gina-require ang 16 to 60 years old na magbayad o tributo or tax amounting to 8 reales. It is imposed as a sign of loyalty to the King of Spain. So pag hindi makabayad, ang ginagawa is polo es servisyo. So sa polo es servisyo, 16 to 60 years old Filipino males na magtrabaho 40 days. Trabaho sila ng 40 days. So the worker could be placed on any project the Spanish wanted. So despite hazardous or unhealthy condition. Okay, the Philippines during Spanish time acted as the epicenter of the Spanish galleon trade from Manila to Acapulco, Mexico. So ito yung tinatawag na Manila-Acapulco trading. So which was so prosperous for Spain. So lahat ng produkto ng mga Pilipino minomonopolize ng Spanish government na halos wala nang ititira sa ating mga Pilipino. That is the reason why we revolted. But Cavite Mutiny is very controversial because of the accounts that possibly sided each party. Like for example, bias sa mga Pilipino or bias sa mga Spanish. Okay, unahin natin ang Filipino account. Okay, first we have Pardo de Tavera. So he was a Filipino scholar and researcher. According to him, Spanish friars and Izquierdo used the mutiny as a way to address other issues by blowing out proportion the isolated mutiny attempt. So, ang gusto, parang sinulat, parang ibig sabihin ni Pardo Tavera doon, para lang daw mapanatili ng mga Fraile at saka Spanish government in the Philippines during that time ang kanilang kapangyarihan. So kaya ginamit ang Cavite Mutiny sa kanilang parusa or kaya pinaparusahan ang mga Pilipino. Kaya ang ginamit nila is Cavite Mutiny. Parang ang ginawa nilang dahilan is ang Cavite Mutiny. And then another Filipino is Edmond Plosiu. Si Edmond Plosiu, according to Edmond Plosiu, the reason of the social uprising was the abolishment of the privilege given by De La Torre to the Filipinos. So he also implies that the innocence of the three priests. Ito si Pardo, si Tavera, mga leader yan sila sa sinasabing Cavite Mutiny. Kasama niya dito si Regidor. So, they was in contact with Plosiu in Paris at the time he was writing. Then Pardo Tavera then also the bridge of Rizal and Plosiu para mag-meet sila or magkakakilala. Okay? Another account, ito naman, first sabihin natin itong account nilang dalawa, bias sa mga Filipino. Pero meron ding parang bias din sa mga Spanish. Kaya sinasabi na parang hanggang ngayon hindi ma-resolve kung ano talaga ang nangyayari. Kasi merong dalawang account. So ang next account is sa Spanish account. Okay, merong account si Jose Montero Vidal. Jose Montero Vidal, a Spanish official in Manila during that time. So he places much of the blame for the revolt of 1872 on the alleged tolerance of Governor General Carlos Maria de la Torre in the period of 1869 to 1871. And then meron din si Rafael Izquierdo. According to him, the event of 1872 was premeditated and was part of a big conspiracy among the educated leaders, mestizos, lawyers, and residents of Manila and Cavite. So they allegedly planned to liquidate high-ranking officials and then kill the friars. So Izquierdo also stated that the signal they identified among these conspirators of Manila and Cavite was the rocket fire from Intramuros. And na meron doon, nakadetalye doon in his account na that was on January 20, 1872. The district of Sampaloc, Manila celebrated the feast of the Virgin of Loreto and came with it with some fireworks. So the Caviteños allegedly mistook fireworks as the signal to commence with the attack. So ang nangyari, 200 men kasama sila Madrid, ang leader, ang Pilipinong sundalo, to attack the Spanish officers at sight and seize the arsenal. Pero nalaman daw yun ni Izquierdo. So I don't know how, kung paano nalaman niya. And then he ordered the reinforcement of the Spanish forces. So the revolution was easily crushed when Manileños did not arrive to aid the Caviteños. So leaders of the uprising were killed. Tapos si Borsa were tried by court-martial and sentenced to be executed. So for me lang, it is very ironic kaayo kay ang ubang mga leader, like for example, Tavera, Regidor, Basa, kasi dalawang Basa yan, Jose and Pio Basa and other Filipino lawyers, kay ang ginawa sa kanila, ipinatapon lang sila sa ibang country. And then yung mga lawyers, they were just suspended from the practice of law and ipinatapon din sa ibang bansa. So yun, parang ang parang laing kaayo isipon no. Kanang unsa ba, bakit nadamay? Anong kinalaman ng Gumborsa sa Cavite Mutiny? Okay, these sources, the Filipino and Spanish account, are both primary sources. So materials still lacking. So ito talaga yung disadvantage ng primary source, no? So however, this will provide a basis for critique of modern secondary accounts based on them. So parang ang gagawin na lang natin, tayo na lang parang isip ano ba talaga ang nangyari. Parang isipin natin, kaya pala ito ang sinabi ni Izquierdo. Pwede din sabihin natin kasi Pilipino tayo, so magiging bias tayo sa mga Pilipino. But historians, so tanawon jud busisihin talagang mabuti kung ano talaga ang nangyari. So maghanap pa ng ibang primary sources. And then, my question is, why Gumborsa were known as martyr priests? So what is the connection of Rizal to Gumborsa? And what was the reason of their execution? So mamaya, sagutin natin yan. Patuloy lang natin to. So let us know first the three priests, kung sino talaga sila. The martyr priest. Unahin natin si Mariano Gomez. Mariano Gomez was born in Santa Cruz, Manila on August 2, 1799, and he studied at UST. Then is parish priest in Bacoor, Cavite. So he was the oldest among the three priests. He founded the newspaper La Verdad. So ang ibig sabihin, the truth. So the first, siya ang unang na-execute. So siya ang unang napugutan ng ulo. So ang La Verdad, in his newspaper La Verdad, he described the deplorable condition of the country, the sadly condition of the country. So si Mariano Gomez din daw, kasi siya man ang parish priest. So ang ano daw ng mga Spanish, parang sumbungan siya ng mga Caviteños through confession. So yun yung parang hinala ng mga Spanish na yun yung kasalanan niya. Parang nadamay siya because of that. And also with his newspaper lover that. And next naman is si Jacinto Zamora. Si Jacinto Zamora, born in Pandacan on August 14, 1835. He studied doctorate at UST at the time he was executed. So, na-accuse siya of sending invitation for Cavite uprising. Ito kasi si Zamora daw, mahilig daw siya mag-play ng cards. So, parang meron siyang game ba? So, ang ginagawa niya, kung meron siyang gustong makalaro, so pinapadalhan niya daw ng invitation. So, yun yung akala ng mga Spanish na yung invitation na yun is for Cavite uprising. And the last victim of execution is Jose Burgos. So, Jose Burgos, born in Bigan, Ilocos Sur on February 9, 1837. So, he was a writer. He authored the liberal article in La Verdad newspaper, yung kay Zamora. So, his death was very dramatic. Bakit dramatic? So, because during his time na, he cannot accept daw death kasi hindi niya daw alam bakit niyo ako papatayin, wala akong alam na kasalanan ko. And then he was advised na i-accept na lang daw ang execution or ang kanyang kamatayan because even Christ daw was innocent. So yun natanggap niya na papatayin na talaga siya during that time. Then Burgos also was linked to many activities since he was one of the organizers of the Committee of the Reformers which campaigned for more liberal laws. Okay, eto na. Ano ang kinalaman ng Gumbor sa Cavite Mutiny? So there was one thing kasi na gusto ng tatlong pare na mangyari. So they just wanted to be recognized and to have a position in the church as a Filipino priest. But the Spanish friar, hindi nila gusto. They don't want the priest to take position kasi mas paniniwalaan daw ng mga Pilipino ang tatlong paring ito. So nabahala ang mga praile, so ang nangyayari, yung mga Pilipinong nadakip because of mutiny, ipinapaamin sa kanila na isa daw ang mga pari sa mga namumuno ng pag-aalsa. And then, Gumborza was executed on February 17, 1872 at Bagong Bayan, which is now known as, anong Bagong Bayan ngayon? Okay, ano ang Bagong Bayan ngayon? Saan matatagpuan ang Bagong Bayan? Sa?
Luneta.
Yes. Okay, Bagong Bayan ngayon ay ang Luneta Park. Kung saan din pinapatay si Jose Rizal. Okay? So, bagong bayan na, ang bagong bayan, si Luneta na karon. So, ginawa yon ng mga Spanish to serve as a threat to Filipinos, never to attempt to fight Spaniards again. So, parang nakakainis na isipin na bakit ang ibang leader lang pinapatapon tapos ito lang, parang hinala lang. So, this was the reason bakit sila tinawag na martyr. Pero isipin na lang natin, let's just think na ang execution of Gomborza is a blessing in disguise. Kasi kung hindi yun nangyari, walang Jose Rizal na magsusulat ng Noli at El Pile na mag-inspire sa lahat ng Pilipino. So hindi mabubuhay ang nasyonalismo. Kasi yung sa history ng Rizal, isa din sa pangarap ni Rizal ang magiging pare. So kung hindi nangyari sa Gomborza, kung hindi ito nangyari sa Gomborza, parang sa tawag dili manimalos si Jose Rizal through his work or writing. So, ito ang connection ni Rizal sa Gomborza. Okay. According to the history, Rizal had witnessed the execution of the three priests. So, he promised to avenge one day. So, Rizal did not forget what he promised. So, ang ginawa niya, sinulat niya ang El Filibusterismo and dedicate it to Gomborza. So, ngayon, ang work ni Rizal inspired the Filipino to revolt against the Spaniards. And one of them was Bonifacio. So, si Bonifacio ang head of the KKK. Okay, question. Pangutana.
Wala, ma'am.
Wala pangutana. Pagtarong mo ba?
Ay, ma'am. Kano sa ganin na-execute ang kuan ma'am Gomborza, ma'am?
February 17, 1872. Okay, another question. Short lang, no? Actually, hindi pa short na po dyan na po. Para dili mo mag-listen. Question.
Ma'am,
Oo.
about sa past lesson ba, meron ka kasi sabi na walang good sa PPT. May recording ka nun, ma'am. Masali mo masend.
Yung last natin, yung Battle of Mactan.
Yung other level po, ma'am.
O 4 sides. Merong
Meron ka pong mga information po na wala po sa PPT.
wala sa PPT. Oo,
Opo.
mag-send ako.
Thank
Send
you
ko
po,
lahat
ma'am.
ng recording para hindi kayo mahirapan.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Pero
Thank you.
pero lang ha, hintayin nyo lang kay baka matagalan pa pag Pero try ko mamaya. Send kay Audrey.
Di po downloadable yung PPTs niyo sa Quipper po.
Na-try nyo? Hindi siya ma-download?
Hindi
Hindi
po siya
downloadable.
ma-download.
Hindi po, ma'am.
Sa screenshot
Sige.
lang.
I-check ko mamaya tapos i-upload ko siya ulit
Thank you, ma'am.
para
Thank you,
ma-download.
ma'am.
Okay, wala na pangutana?
Ma'am, ang coverage sa exam, ma'am, katuloy mong lessons tanan, ma'am.
From the start, okay ha, study kayo sa primary and secondary sources.
Ma'am, ang PPT po
Important.
ngayon,
Yes?
yung PPT po ngayon na lesson.
Oo, kasali. Ito yung last.
Ma'am,
Pero, yes.
so, sa budget tama, ma'am, limasawa or masaw? Kanang kumangutana ka sa, sa test, unsa mong ibutang, na mo correct me, mo plus points, gikan si muha.
Hoy, kamo na bahala. Basta yung pagsagot.
Limasawa.
Limasawa! Team
Kung basihan
limasawa.
nato, kung ang basihan natin is yung recognized by the government, so gawin nyo na lang limasawa kasi yun man talaga yung recognized ng government, di ba? Sa 2733 ba yun? RA 2733. So kung yung tanong na-recognize ng government, ano yung tama? So, kaya na bahala kung ano yung alam nyo. Pero ano kasi yun, yung parang assumption kasi ang mga ang foresights. So pwede kasing baka may nauna kay Magellan kaya nagkaroon ng mas, 'di ba? Naalala nyo, dalawang country ang gi-allow ni Pope na mag-explore or mag-colonize ng ibang country because ang pakay kasi nila is to spread Catholicism. So, kasi hindi masyadong complete ang history natin. So, baka pwedeng meron ng colonizer bago ang Spanish. Assumption lang din. So, wala pa tayong proof kasi hindi man siya nasulat sa history. Or baka meron kayong lesson na hindi nyo naintindihan. Kasi marami pa tayong time. Wala na. Wala na, no? Sure na mo?
Ma'am, mubalik pa, ma'am, manani na Zoom session.
I'm sorry? Kung mahuman
balik
na.
pa, ma'am. Ang Zoom session kay 4 minutes naman lang.
Kung matapos na tayo.
Ay.
Kasi ito lang man yung last topic natin.
Thank you, ma'am.
After, sa midterm, mag-start tayo kasi nationalism, ang Cavite Mutiny, birth of nationalism. So, start tayo sa nationalism, tapos, revolution, then cry of Pugadlawin, and independence. Para sunod-sunod. Actually, hindi ko sinunod ang arrangement ng natin, ng curriculum guide ba yung sa CHED? Ay, syllabus pala. Hindi ko siya sinunod kasi gusto ko yung talaga ang unang nangyari, tapos gusto ko ang timeline, gusto ko na mag-timeline ba, pero sa syllabus kasi hindi, mura siya ambak-ambak. So, ang ginawa ko, gipasunod na lang nako siya para masunod ang timeline. Okay? I guess, humano na lang nato ang Zoom session.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, totoo daw yung ma'am, na yung mga works ni Pigafetta kay hindi siya gi-recognize as part ng Philippine history.
Hindi. Recognize man siya.
I recognize siya.
Actually, ang basis ng historian is Pigafetta's work kasi yun yung pinaka-primary source nung dumating si Magellan.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, when talaga na-write yung yung document?
Document ni
Pigafetta, ma'am, yung Battle of Mactan.
Yung time talaga na punta siya dito. Kasi Sinulat niya kasi yun, parang journal ba, parang diary.
Okay po.
And then, siguro, pag merong later date gani siya, ibig sabihin, di-translate na lang yan siya.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you po.
Okay, wala na. Kilaig kayo, dili ko maka-goodbye sa inyo. Mag-stop lang galit ang Zoom.
Okay na, ma'am.
Okay na? Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, class. Goodbye. Good
Yes,
luck.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Salamat, ma'am.
Bye,
Wala,
ma'am.
di ko ka-leave. Wala.
Okay, I will end na lang the meeting.
I thought away.